Okay. All right. So now we're recording. We are so glad that you are here. Our first topic for tonight is summertime. How many of you guys have been in direct sales longer than a year? Have you gone through a summer? Have you had a summer slump before? Have you heard of a summer slump before? A lot of people maybe are new and haven't approached summer yet, but maybe are hearing things from everybody else that summer's a really hard time to have a business or whatever it may be. But I want you guys to know tonight that summer can actually be amazing for you. With the right planning and the right purposeful business, you can have a rocking summer, and then that sets you up to have a really full fall as well too. So I actually am part of a coaching group with Mary Haynes, who is a great mentor for me, and she just gives me lots of great ideas. And she did a training a few weeks ago on the summer slump and things that we can do to push our way through to make sure that summer slump doesn't happen for us. So we're going to dive right into that first. So you guys get out a pen and paper. There's going to be 5 things that I'm going to recommend to you guys that you do now, right? So that your summer coming up in the next few months, you're ready to go. And so I typed everything out so I can stay on track with you guys tonight, because we have, after this is over, then we're going to watch a video from Tiffany, who was our speaker a couple weeks ago, on this new app called Boards. And I spent several hours on it today, just trying to understand all of it. And guys, I'm excited to show you this, because it really, I think, is going to save you time, and it's going to make you even more virtual. You can do so much more now from your phone with this free app. So we're going to dive into that after this. Okay. So, the summer's business slump. It's a term a lot of direct sellers dread, but I'm going to tell y'all it's on a little secret. I don't think there has to be a summer slump. The key to avoiding that summer slump and having a stellar summer is planning ahead. It's time to start now, in the spring, rather than blinking, looking up and realizing it's July and you've hit that slump without even meaning to. It happens, guys, to all of us if we're not purposeful. So now is the time to start. Let's make sure you don't get stuck in the mud. The reason most of us go into direct sales is the balance that it provides our families, right? It gives us the ability to spend the day splashing with our kiddos in the pool or building sandcastles at the beach while also making money. I don't know about you guys, but I love when I'm on a vacation and I get those inboxes that I have received orders, and I'm like, yes, I'm on vacay and I'm still making money. It's such a great feeling. But you have to plan and strategize to do the work to ensure that you've earned those days off. Just as you would in a typical job, you don't make money unless you work it. So while you're the boss and you can take time off when and how you want to, you do want to do the work so you're not scrambling for your business and stressed in the end. A lack of planning is the reason most people have a summer slump. So how do you plan so you avoid the slump while living your very best fulfilled life all summer long? 5 things that are going to help make this happen. First, plan around your travel. Do you have a calendar, first of all, and have you written out your goals for the summer and when you're traveling, when you're going to be home, when you want to work, right? So summertime is when we are all a little freer from the day-to-day obligations, the after-school activities, the never-ending chores, and a lot of us like to go outside and get outside of the house. And honestly, when you're spending time traveling and enjoying that time to reconnect with friends, do you really want to spend that time also checking in on parties on your phone and doing other stuff? No. So there's ways of taking time off, but also still having a full summer. So I know a lot of direct sellers feel guilty logging off. They feel like to be successful, they have to be on all the time. But part of success is being rested and fulfilled enough outside of work. So does that make sense? So I'm giving you guys permission as a business owner today to log off this summer. It's okay. Mark off a week, mark off a few days. It's okay to log off. This summer, we are taking a 3-week road trip all over the Northeast. And in order for me to do that, I have to pre-plan my strategy for my business during that month. I have to pre-schedule my Facebook posts. I'm going to stack my parties before and after my trip. so that I'm not losing any money or anything while I'm on the road. So stacking is such a great idea. So if I'm gone for 3 weeks, then I'm looking at my calendar, and the Friday before we leave, I'm going to book, I would like to have 4 a week, but I'm going to book 6 that week. And then when I get back in town, I'm going to do 6 that week as well too. That's what I mean by stacking. So I'm still trying to meet my numbers just on the weeks that I'm not with my family on the road, traveling all over the country. If you plan to travel, if you plan around your travel, you're making sure your trip doesn't cause you to lose money or momentum while disconnecting and enjoying time away. So number 2, change up what you're offering. This is a great one. Sometimes we just do the same thing over and over and over again. But summertime, people are outside, they're grilling, they're at the beach, they're at the pool. So we need to think about ways to change our posts and to entice so that people get excited about what we're saying and doing, because it's relevant to what's happening right now. What do you think when you think of summer? Post it in the comments. What do you think when you think of summer? I want to see what you guys are thinking. Summertime, Florida, hot. So hot. Barbecues, yes. Tracy, you must be in Florida too, because it's so hot here. Yes, ice cream, grilling, swimming, travel. Yes, this is what everyone else is thinking too. It's not just us. So think about things and infuse them into what you're offering over the summer. Maybe do a shorter party. So if you're doing a 7-day party, maybe do a 3-day party. Quick and easy summer fresh fling, something like that. Or try the 15-minute express parties. If you do this, you'll stay relevant during the season. And most of us have different mentality in the summer than we do the rest of the year. We want obligations to be quick, fun, and easy. So make sure your summer parties embrace that while still giving them all good ideas on what to do in their kitchen. Especially focus on those cold treats. Our ice cream maker is awesome. Our popsicle maker, if you guys haven't tried that, just watch a video on it. It's so cool. And you can make healthy popsicles in there too. And you can go live. It just takes a few seconds to show them how to pour it in. Go live. I did this a few weeks ago, and I had all these conversations going about, oh my gosh, I didn't know you had a popsicle maker. What's in a popsicle? And it was like a 30-second video. It wasn't much at all. So think about cold things that are relevant to our current time. Pepper these fun summer things throughout your VIP groups, your business page, your YouTube channel, Pinterest, whatever it is that you're working your business on. Make sure you're peppering your different videos, your posts, your ideas throughout your whole social media platform. So people are drawn to you and want to keep watching what you're posting. This is what's going to attract people to shop during the summer, because guys, people do shop during the summer. If anything, they might spend a little bit more because they're relaxed, they're laying out by the pool, they're scrolling on their phone. So don't think that people aren't spending money during the summer, because they are. Number 3, stay in touch. It's easy to fall out of touch with clients when life gets busy. Let's raise our hands. How many of you tend to get busy and forget to check in with your customers, check into your guests? And especially over the summer, if we're traveling, right, we've got to be purposeful about staying in touch. For the months of the summer fun, it's important to have a plan to keep in contact with your hostesses. They get excited about graduations and summer pool days too, but because they're busy, they may also flake out and forget about the party they committed to and actually postpone the party as well. So staying in contact with them is so important. But if you really get your hosts excited about the party, they're way less likely to flake. I love this idea, and I'm planning on doing this summer for my hostesses as well, is I'm going to create a pre-party poll to send in, like to put in the group before the party even starts, and ask them what they're most excited about this summer. What are they looking forward to? What are they doing? Ask them what foods they like to eat during the summer. Because by asking this poll before the party even starts, it allows me to then tweak some of my posts to fit that audience and what they're really looking for at that time. And then they're not going anywhere. They're hooked. They're excited. They want to see what's coming up. And you can do that on Google Forms. Google Forms is a great way to make a quick survey to put on your parties. Listen to what your guests have to say, and then you'll get exactly what you need to plan a party, and that no one will want to miss it. So then number 4, overbook. Overbook. And that means booking now. You're booking now for your summer. Typically, we have fewer responsibilities in the summer, so you probably have a little bit of extra time sometimes, right? So use that time to relax, but also overbook with your parties. If you have time and use it to benefit your business, you'll have a huge momentum running into the fall. And it'll also make up for the people who flake and take last minute travel vacations, because we're all going to have cancellations. That's typical. We will have those. But when you overbook, when they cancel, it doesn't hurt as much because you know you've got a cushion for what's going on your schedule. This will ensure that you have a strong June, July, and August, but also a strong fall. Remember the 30, 60, 90 rule. You don't want to look up in September and realize that the kids are back in school with activities left and right, but you have to do a binge booking, to try to get bookings for the fall because you weren't working your summer. Remember the 30, 60, 90 rule. Things that you do today will affect 30 days from now, 60 days from now, and 90 days from now. So if you are working your business this week, that will reflect in June, and then more in July, and then more in August. And so that's why it's so important that we do this now in May so that we're ready for the summer. Hosting more parties in the summer will get you in front of new friends all summer long, and then they could be fall hostesses as well. And then the 5th one, right? Number 5 now, treat your business like a business. Okay, so this might come off a little sassy, but it is so important. Your direct sales business is a business. It's not a hobby or a side hustle or a passion project. It could be all of those things. It is. And for most of you, it probably is one of those. But first and foremost, it's a business. You are the CEO of your business. You get to choose whether you work over the summer or not. But if you're not going to work, you do have to prepare regardless. Think about it. If this were a corporate job and you were the CEO, how would you be talking to yourself as an employee based upon your summer actions? How would you talk to yourself, right? Would you be getting a mark on your file because you're not doing the work you're supposed to be doing? Would you require some talking to and a little reprimand? How would you talk to yourself as the CEO? Treat your business like a business. If you don't do the business things over the summer, it's not going to give you the business benefits like the income, the growth, the free products from this month and next month, right? Who wants those free products? Raise your hands. I'm excited. I love free things on my doorstep for sure. But if we don't work our business, we don't get those, right? So otherwise, if you don't show up to work, you won't get rewarded. Now, this doesn't mean you have to get bogged down though. Remember, we balance. We have to figure out how to just stack more parties at the same time. Don't spread them out month to month, just do them at the same time. But it does mean you have to do some strategic planning before to prepare. We've got this, right? So summer will be whatever you decide you want to make it to be. The spring flies by. We all know that summer will be here before we know it. Actually, just a few weeks away, I think. So start planning now because summer will be whatever you make it. If you don't plan now, you will very well experience that dreaded summer slump. But with a bit of thought and hard work in the present, you can enjoy your life and your business all summer long. So you guys excited? We can do this, right? We can push the summer slump thoughts out of our head and we can make this happen and have a good summer and earn free products. So I'd love to hear from a few of you guys real quick. Do you have any ideas of what you want to do this summer? Different ways you're gonna host parties. Are you changing the way you're hosting parties this summer? Any quick tips before we move on to the next thing?
trying a couple of new types of parties because it's going to fit in on Friday afternoon. It's going to be from 5 to 7, and it's a wine pairing. And so it's going to be super simple. My plan is to do it outside, hopefully no rain, but and then I can bring the griddle out there. I can bring everything. I can just do the artichoke dip and have kind of a relaxing happy hour sort of thing. So I'm doing that, which is exciting. And I'm also offering the martini and panini parties. Have anybody done one of those?
No, but that sounds super cute.
Me
and I want to go to it.
But I mean, you think about the products, we do a panini and that the griddle, that's $350, right? And then the cocktail set is 100. How much is that? I don't know.
99, I think. Yeah, right around there.
So, I mean, two quick things. And I'm thinking, like, I have done a few live parties now. And so instead of thinking like I thought before COVID and taking way too many products, I'm just taking a couple of things and asking the host, hey, do you have a mixing bowl? Do you have this? So that it's in and out. It's easy on me. It's fun. And anyway, so those are two things that I'm trying out this week. So
awesome. One of my goals for this summer is to be more consistent with my going lives and bringing people into my summer kitchen, except for when I'm traveling. Other than those 3 weeks, but I want to pick a day. I've been telling myself for like a year now, I was going to do this. I still haven't done it. So my goal for this summer is to pick a day and go live every day, every week at that same time on that same day, even if it's just for 5 minutes, so I can showcase something that's going on in my kitchen and people can start to look forward to what's Christy doing this week? Because when I do go live, people are like, I love watching you cook. Can you come cook in my kitchen? And I'm like, no, I'll cook. It's enough here. But but I get good feedback. And so I want to try to be more consistent with that and just planning out my summer on what I'm going to do like every Wednesday night, that's summer related, summer, and the grill and the ice cream maker, the different things like that.
Mm-hmm. That'll be fun.
Yes.
That'll be, I'm not sure. That's a big challenge, Christy, with all those little ones.
I know, but it's a good challenge. So
yeah. Well, get them cooking with you and people will really be flipping.
My 4-year-old is already a star. He's on my Facebook page. He wears his little chef hat, and he hams it up. He's a ham the whole time. So yes, he likes to be cooking with me for sure. And so that's another thing, guys. You bring your kids in, bring your husband in, bring your dog, cat, whatever it is in your life and in your home. You can bring your family into what you're doing. Perfection is not what we're striving for. We're just striving to be authentic and for people to see who we are so that they can remember me and remember you when they need a Pampered Chef person. So on that note, we are going to transition over to this new app called Boards. Raise your hands for me real quick if you have looked into Boards already, if you've heard about Boards. Okay, just a few of you. All right. So this is just recently, all in the last few weeks, has this kind of exploded. And I want to just show you a couple things real quick with it. And then I'm going to let Tiffany take it away in a training video. But Boards is a free app. It goes on your Android or your Mac, whatever they're called, iPhone, right? It looks like this. See where it says Boards right there? Okay, so it's like a white circle with black writing. It's free. There's no charge to it. And what it is in a nutshell, and I'll let Tiffany show you in this video because she's a lot more detailed than I am yet. But it's a place for you to organize all of your pictures. So how many of you, by a show of hands, your hostess specials every month, right? So you're host coaching, you're sending a message to your host, and you're like, oh, I downloaded that image somewhere. It's got to be on my laptop. It's on. Yeah, yes, yes. Guilty for many years now. So this app keeps everything in one place. And so then all you do is you go into your app You click on host specials, and then you can send it right to your host, or you can, send it into your group if you want to post something in your group. And because Pampered Chef is so amazing, they have already, so many people have jumped on this bandwagon in the last 2 weeks. And there are so many board files that are available for you. You don't have to create really anything. You just borrow theirs and they're sharing it to save you time. And that's one thing I love about Pampered Chef is no one's greedy. Like they discovered this, they're sharing it. And now it's just, you got to go through it all and learn it. But then once you learn it, it's super accessible. And as of last week, I hadn't even seen anything about it. I didn't, you can ask the ladies, we had a call and I was like, I don't know what it is. But I spent time on it today, put it on my phone, download it and figured some stuff out. So I'm going to show you a couple videos from Tiffany real quick, just to give you a nutshell. And then we'll dive into some questions at the very end with it. All right, so give me 1 second. Oh, while I'm pulling this up, you want to join the board's Facebook group, and I posted it at the top of our chat. So if you scroll to the top of the chat, you're going to see the Facebook group. It looks like this, and I'm going to go through it in a minute with you once you get approved. So they're going to ask you a couple questions first to make sure that you are a true consultant, which if you're on this call, obviously you are. But just answer their questions, and they're pretty quick at responding and adding you in. Can everyone see my screen? Yep. Okay.
Tiffany, we're going to be talking about the app called Boards. This is a free app that you can download from either your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store, and it is absolutely free. Once you download it, you're going to make a change in your settings so that you add it as a keyboard, and it will walk you through how to do that once you download the application onto your mobile device. This device does not work on a computer. It only works on an iPad or a tablet or your mobile phone. So here on the screen, I have what the app interface looks like. And you can see here where I have a number of boards that I have already joined. So that is some that I've created, some that I've joined, and I'm just gonna click on ones that you can see what is inside the board. So say, for example, we're going to click on monthly specials. This is a board created by Christina Bailey. She has inserted the specials, and as she adds and subtracts specials, they will go here. So I no longer have to download them and find them on my camera roll. They will all be right here. So what I can easily do is when I want to then go into, say, a text message, say I'm going to text, we'll just use my husband, for example. He's right there. Say we're going to text my husband. I'm going to hit the little globe so that I'm going to hold it down. Oh, here, I'll hold it down so that it tells me which keyboard I want. I want the board's keyboard. And now here are all the boards that I've saved. So for example, I wanted to go back to that monthly special one, and I want to hit the April special. It is now copied. And now I can paste and hit send. He's going to be wondering why I'm sending him things in the middle of the day. All right, say this is just an example of a picture. Let's say there's some things I want to do words wise. So this is one of the words that I use called extra points, and I can send that to him because I've already got it typed in, things that I tend to repeat over and over in parties. Let's say I want to go into a party. Let's go to Facebook, and I have a group already. I gotta change that to my regular keyboard. All right, I have a group that's just me. Okay, so say that I wanted to comment on something. I could then go into, like, I'm gonna comment regularly. I'm gonna change that back to my board, and I'm gonna say, oh, my host booked one party. So I can either post the picture there. I can then go and do the words. So let's see, let's find one that has words. Here's a booking script one that I got from somebody else. And you can post words. So there are different things that basically pictures and words are the two things that I'm going to use boards for, because it's going to save me so much time on my host coaching and looking for pictures across all my devices. So you do want to make sure that you join. There is a group for this and you can easily find it. It's best if you click the link to join. That way you can scroll this group. You're going to look for this post that
All right. So that's
says sharing is caring.
still talking.
And when you look
Hold
at
on.
all these
Can you
comments,
still hear it?
these are all the different boards that people have come up with. So let's take Tammy's here. I haven't joined this one yet. I'm going to click on that. I'm just going to type in my email address. Join.
Okay. So that was just a quick training on it. Now I'm going to go into a little bit more training, but first I want to answer any questions that you guys might have so far. And then we'll go into a deeper training, because I know that Tiffany talks really fast. And I just want to make sure that you grasp the first steps and what you need to do in order to try out boards. Any questions at all? Sylvia, is Pampered Chef boards only? No, it is not. So if you want to do a boards file of all your pictures on your phone of your kids, of your animals, or whatever it may be, so you don't have to save, keep the data on your phone, you can create a board and put all your pictures in there for that. So no, it is not only Pampered Chef. You can use it for anything.
Can I ask
Okay.
a question?
Yeah.
Does it work with Canva and ScentShare?
Laura, do you know the answer to that question? She's like, no.
No, I don't. I haven't looked in. I've watched what you just showed us from Tiffany.
Yeah.
That's all I've done.
Yeah.
But I would imagine if you're saving your Canva and you're going to be able to, at least put it in a board.
So if it's a JPEG or a GIF, you can save those on your phone, then you can upload and put it into there. So yeah, I have not done Canva in there yet, but I know that Tiffany uses Canva for almost everything she makes, and she's saved them all in there. So my question would, I think, yes, I think you can put that all in there.
Okay.
And the keyboards question. So this is the one that spent a little time with me today, because I was like, what is it? I don't understand. When you put the app on your phone and you're first on it and you have nothing else, no boards or anything, it's going to ask you, and I'm going to show you this in a training in a second. It's going to ask you to enable the boards keyboard. So it's going to ask you, it's going to prompt you for that. And you're going to hit yes, I'm going to allow you to have keyboards. So what I couldn't figure out this afternoon was, I have an Android. So I don't, if you guys have iPhones, Tiffany has an iPhone, so she's using the iPhone. I have an Android, so I had to figure out how to use the Android. So what I had to figure out was, if I'm going to go make a message on my Android, there's a little keyboard after I enable it in the app. There's a little keyboard at the bottom of where my words are, right here or there. Can't tell where I'm at, right here. So click that, and then it gives you your options for your keyboard. And because I've already enabled the app to function as a keyboard, I can then hit boards. Okay. And then I can then pull up all my different boards and post directly from there. Does that make sense? So you have to figure out what phone you have, and then how to switch to your keyboards. But then once I'm in my keyboard, all my boards from my app show up here. So my hostess specials, my host coaching, it's all right there. I click it, and then I can click send to her. Yes, so you switch. Your phone is automatically set up to be on a certain type of keyboard. So it's going to default typically to your normal keyboard. So when you want to use the app, then you just have to click and then change it to the keyboard for that message. But what I've seen today is it then just, like, when I go on my Facebook messages, it will then just be my normal keyboard again. So Tiffany has an hour-long training. We're not going to watch the whole training. I'm going to let you watch the beginning of the training, because it's more detailed and it's going to give you more ideas on how to use this. But I want to show you before that, I want to show you once you get accepted into the group on Facebook, I want to show you how cool this really is, because it's a bit overwhelming at first because you're like, what do I do? How do I do this? But once you jump over that little fear hurdle, I was having so much fun. I'm like, oh, I like that board. I like that board. Oh, these are all saved now on my phone. It's so easy. So I'm going to share my screen again.
I'm going to share the group, Christy, because I think that, yeah, for those of you who have never been on it, I think the one part that's like missing that people are like, where do I get these boards? This group has an announcement, like make sure you click on announcements. I was just in it myself. There's a lot of info there, and literally that's where you grab the boards once you have the app. So Christy's going to show you that now.
Yeah.
It will all make more sense.
Yeah, that was exactly what I want, because I played around with this all day today, trying to figure out where do you get all these boards. And so when you get accepted, this is what it looks like, right? You're in the main page. There's a whole bunch of like 25 in 2050. That's a lot of people already in 2 weeks. That's a lot of people in one group. I can't even say it's too many, but you just go here to announcements. As it's thinking, and they actually like organize them in groups. Here we go. So there's training, right? So obviously we're going to go through this very quickly tonight. You're not going to grasp all of it. So you want to go through and you want to watch these trainings so you understand more and more, all right, of what, and then you just scroll down. My computer always works slower when I'm sharing my screen. But like, come on, sometime today. But you'll see in just a second, they have a whole host coaching section. And then there's boards. Come on, computer. I want to show you what it looks like. So you have to remember to be on your phone because it doesn't work from your computer. You can look at things on your computer. I don't know why it's showing all these. I don't want to be reading all these comments. Sometime. Well, there you are, Chris Kilby. Sorry, guys. This is, I don't know where these all came from. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll get to it in a second. Mind blown. There you go. Here we go. So here we go. So this is how they organized it under announcements. Use this thread for sharing party scripts. So if you have party words, scripts you want to use there, you post it and you create your own boards. If you're super creative, then you just click here on comments and you can comment down here. But this is all you have to do from your phone is when someone shares one, so express party, outline, wording, you click on this, and then it takes you, it saves it on your app. You type in your email address, join my board, and then it saves it on your phone. And if it will go into it, let's see if it's, I haven't clicked on this one yet, so let's see. Get it here. Okay, so yeah, I'm not on my phone, so it's not going to work properly. But if I was on my phone, when I click that, then it would save it. So then I can show you, I'll stop my screen share for a second. So I click on that link right on the thing. And then if you can see these are all the ones I saved today. So if I click on, let's click on, I love this one. My host coaching by Tiffany. So she has them all saved in there. Her host coaching day 1, a week before, day 2, day 3, wrap up. What do you say? So if I click on wrap up, she's got her images right there. So it's already laid out, and then I just have to click on it again, and then I can share it. So it's files and files of images and organization that's already now on the at my fingertips. So when we are on those vacations, right, this summer, we have this app now. We can still work right at our phone, which I just think is fantastic. All right. So any other questions before I go into this? Just got a little bit more training and I want to show you. So about the data space, it's in an app, not on my, so I'm not sure how much that will, like I said, this is new for me, so I'm not sure. Have you guys heard anything about it taking up space? My understanding is it's supposed to save space because you can take all those images and that are in your camera roll and save them in the app. And then it's all saved electronically, you know, virtually. So yeah, it's similar to SendShare. You just can't pre-schedule them out. There's no pre-scheduling right now with SendShare. I mean, with SendShare, you pre-schedule. With this, you don't. So I'm still going to use SendShare for my parties and my groups, but I'm going to use this for my host coaching. And then just communicating with people when they need stuff, I can just quickly send them something right from my phone. All right, so let's go back to Miss Tiffany for a second. Let her share give you guys a little bit more information on this. And then we'll end with some questions.
And we're going to jump into boards. So to give you a little background on boards is last week, somebody accidentally tagged me in a post about boards. And I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. So we started looking.
Where'd she go? Sorry, guys. An error.
Christy, I looked on mine because I've been on boards for about 2 weeks and
Yeah.
it doesn't show up on any storage that I'm using storage at all for boards
Okay,
on my settings, just as an FYI.
that's good to know. All right, guys, I don't know what happened to that. I played it earlier today, just fine. Could you guys read if there's any more questions in the comments section real quick for me?
Let's see.
No questions.
No questions so far?
No. I bet everybody's sitting there working on it like I am. I
Yes.
just downloaded my first board. So now it's like, okay, I gotta go figure out what to do with it now.
I think all the questions have been answered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
You can arrange your boards to put it because they randomly pop in however you want. So when you want to change the order, so the ones you use most frequently, there's a pencil up at the top right hand. When you click on it, you'll now have 3 lines at the end of each of them. Grab it and you can change and pull the ones you use the most to the top or wherever you want them in the listing there. Okay, so you guys can move your things around so it's not at the bottom. Also, if they change the master board, it stays there for you. You don't have to do anything. So you can also copy and change them over.
Well, guys, I had this all lined up to play for you guys. I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. Let's try this again. I love technology. It's great until it's not. I had it all lined up. All right, let's try this again.
Ready to go. So I want to be able to do it from this second device, not from the. Put the last thing you ate, like give me your wrapper name. Grab their beverage, you got your mute on, you got your kids tucked in, you got your dogs put outside.
Here we go.
And you're gonna have to go into your app store and find boards if you haven't already. It's super easy to find. You're just gonna type the word boards. Oh, if I could spell, that would be great too. All right, not board, just boards with a plural S. And it's this white one that you see. Oh, why did it stop screen sharing? again.
While you're doing this, everyone post your questions in the chat. And if we have time at the very end, I will monitor and we can see how much
Thank you.
time we have left.
If not, I can definitely use that content to make supplemental videos. All right, so you're gonna go to the App Store, you're gonna download that one that says boards with a white square and a black words. It's free. You're gonna download that into your, from your App Store or your Google Play or whatever that thing's called on Android. You do have to go into your settings. And if you're on an Apple user, this is how you do that. You're gonna go into General, you're gonna go into Keyboard, you're gonna go into Keyboards, and then you're gonna see that before you do this, the board is gonna show up down here at the bottom, and then you're gonna add the boards to the top, and you're gonna give it full access. It will come up with a standard disclaimer that is from Apple and Android about how it's going to record your movements. That is a standard disclaimer. Don't be scared. Just don't put any credit card information and stuff like that and save it in your boards. But that is only, that's a standard thing, because I'm going to show you in a minute how I change between keyboards and when that takes place. So let me, where did I put that? All right, I haven't moved it over to my primary screen yet. So you know what I need to do too is I need to log out this one. Back at this. All right, so you're going to log in, and when you log in, you're only going to have one board. It's going to be called My Boards. All right, and it's going to look like this one right here with the star, My Board. It's going to look like that. It's going to have nothing in it. All right, I've already added stuff to mine. So when you're in a board, very simply, you're going to hit a plus sign. You're going to decide, do you want to add a folder, text, a video link from YouTube? That is the only thing that is supported on that option. A link from anywhere else, especially like marketing imagery that has all those links associated with every picture, PDF, and video, or an image. Image is like the fastest thing that I do. I can select it and put it just right like that. Let's say I wanted to make sure there was a title to that. So I'm going to say that's a free for all level 4. And I hit done. That way I can see that title right there on that picture. All right, say I just want to enter some text. I'm going to call it Robin and just say, you are cool. All right, I'm going to save that as something that I want, that I'm going to repetitively say over and over again. This is why I'm using it for host coaching. I'm going to show you my host coaching board in a second. All right, so this is just my board. When you are in the boards group, there have been some of you awesome people who are sharing your boards left, right, and center. So when you see these 3 little people by a board that is not yours that you created, that means that you joined someone else's board. So for example, I joined this one, Host Rewards. They're actually my pictures that Christina Bailey inputted into this. You can tell it's her board because it says view mode only. I cannot edit this. I cannot make changes to it. I cannot mess it up, okay? So if I wanted to share this board with my team, I'd hit the little people and I'd copy the link and I would copy that and paste that wherever I want to paste it. Okay, that's a board that is not mine. A board that is mine, I can, it doesn't say view only at the top, but I can go in and that's when you know that you can like add the things, the 5 things that I showed you guys earlier. I also have the option with a board that is to share when it is yours, to send via email or to share the link as well. So that's what I've been doing with all the boards I've been creating and sharing them into the boards group that we have on Facebook, is we've all been sharing our links that way. Okay, if I say, for example, I wanted to leave a board, say I'm over this one, I don't want to be part of this one anymore, I can hit that 3 little buttons right there and leave that board. That easy. Okay, if there was somebody who was in my board and I wanted to kick them out of my board, I would go over here, hit those 3 little dots and say view all my members. This is everybody who's joined my host coaching boards. So if you make me mad, I'm going to delete you. Yeah.
It's Marta.
Yes, Marna.
You know you've gone way too fast. I mean,
That's why we have a recording that you can watch.
I'm trying to follow. I thought this was a beginner class.
This is an overview that you guys can definitely watch the recording because Robin is recording it. You can watch it. I do talk fast.
I still don't understand how I find other people's boards. You've got a whole bunch. I've got nothing.
I'm going to show you that. We haven't gone over to the group yet.
Okay, because when you showed me all these boards, I'm going, well, I see them. Okay.
So these are boards I have joined. We'll get there, Marna, I promise.
And where will the recording be posted, Tiffany?
In boards.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I did this training on Saturday morning with Mother Goose, Michelle Anderson, and there's already a version of this on there. So, because I know it takes time to convert a recording and share the link and all that stuff. So you guys can always go and watch that. I'm hoping to cover everything the same, but I did not write down notes. So forgive me if there is a little difference. All right, so before we get into how I'm using boards, I just wanted to show you guys what a board looks like that is mine and what a board looks like that is somebody else's. There's really no difference. It's just that I cannot make changes to somebody else's board. And I have that view mode at the very top there. Oh, yes. Okay, so it's gonna get, if you try to like do something, it's gonna hit that. All right, so this is, so if Christina goes and adds things to this board, they download into my board. So if you ever downloaded the monthly special and then 3 weeks later you can't find it and you have to download it again because you have 20,000 pictures on your camera roll and you can't find it, so you go to marketing imagery, you download it again so you can send it right there. You don't have to do that. You can clean up your camera roll and get all those pictures off your camera roll. We're actually working together. There's 4 of us on this little committee that we are working on giving you guys all access to this board that is going to be called marketing imagery. We have broken it down into products. These are folders. When you have a little arrow right there, it means we've created a folder. So for example, the originals folder, just watch, Marna, don't worry about doing yet. Here is everything that we've downloaded from marketing imagery. Marna, I can see you on my screen. This is everything I've downloaded from marketing imagery that you guys never have to worry about downloading and losing on your camera roll or your download folder on your computer ever again. Okay, so these are all just folders. There's the video folder. I've broken it down by category. So you could go in and say, where's that Cookware 101 video? Oh yeah, there it is. Now that I've showed you, this is what we're working on to get this ready by Wednesday. To get everything from marketing imagery, there's, you guys, I don't think you ever realized there are 1,267 images in marketing imagery just under products, just under the section of products. Okay, so we're working on this. Now, some of these other boards, you guys have been awesome. Building relationships, totally not mine. These are words that other people have made. Where is the one that I saw for handling objections? Here's a board somebody else has made about handling objections. Look at all these objections. Have you ever gotten any of these excuses that somebody's like, I can't, I'm not, I'm too busy. Well, what does this person tell us to say? So here's an example of what you could say when they say that. Now, you could go in here and copy and paste, but I'm going to show you how awesome this is because it's a keyboard. All right, so I'm going to go into my chat. And Marna, I'm just going to pull you up because you are on this call. All right, so I'm going to message Marna. And Marna just told me she's too busy. So I'm going to hit my globe. I'm going to change my keyboard to my boards. If you've ever done an emoji, you probably have done this before. And Marna just said, I'm too busy. So I'm going to scroll over and I'm going to find, where's the one that says objection?
You said you hit your globe. What
Yeah,
is
so
that?
see that little globe? What is, I don't know what that is called. I just called a globe. You see that right there, that white? I know my screen is not showing. I can't pull it up in
Is that the
Zoom.
regular keyboard, you mean, like when you're texting? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm in my keyboard. So it's like the globe that when you change to grab an emoji, you guys do that? You change to grab an emoji, you just change, you hold that little globe down and it gives you the different, I don't know if y'all speak different languages, but mine only has English. And then like if you change to a Bitmoji, you're gonna change it to boards. All right, so Marna, let's go back, let's find the one that said objections. I know I have a lot of boards. You do not need to have all these boards, but I don't even know where it is. Hold on, I'm gonna do some customer care instead. 2 days after your order, Marna, I'm gonna thank you for your order. There's the words I wanna use. Bam, they pasted right there. I didn't even have to hit copy and paste. It knows. That's the purpose of this keyboard. Let's say it's been 2 months and I want to reach out to you. It's been 2 months. There's the message I'm going to send to you. So this person has it in quotes first name, so they know to insert that person's name in there. Let's say I want to go and you're a new consultant on my team and you want to know how to enter a kit credit. And I have all these pictures saved because these are on my camera roll and I can never find them. I'm going to hit that. It's now been copied. I'm going to hit paste and I'm going to send that picture to you. I don't even have to find it on my camera roll anymore. It's right there on my board. So I'm going to go in and hit type again. And I'm going to scroll and say, Christina Bailey put together this beautiful one that's called PC announcements. Let's say I want to tell you to go watch the monthly focus video. There's the picture that Paper Chef uses for the monthly focus. So Christina did all of that. Her board changed today. It all sunk into my boards because she put all those pictures already in there. So I didn't have to worry about that. You can do the same thing on Facebook. Say I want to go into Facebook and I have a group that I'm the only member in. So there's my party group. Let's say I had all my pictures for my party in here and I didn't want to use a third-party scheduler. I could hit, oh no, I don't want to hit that. I want to act like I'm typing so that I can change my keyboard again. We go to boards. And I'm going to put in this message. There's my message. Now my picture is copied. There's the picture and the words I want to put together in my post or my party. You can also schedule it that way if you want to by using the little Facebook scheduler like that. So let me go over to the boards group real quick. So what I love about this is when somebody makes a change to their boards, it's reflected across all boards. So Christina Bailey has done an awesome job. If you go to announcements, this Ori is the developer of boards. He's actually in Tel Aviv and developed this board and got us connected to his US industry leader person. So she's the one that's going to do the call for us on Wednesday. She looks like she's 12, but she's super adorable. She used to be in network marketing and found this app by chance and then started using it, shared it with her top leaders in her organization. They started using it. They had like 500 downloads in a day. And Ori called her and said, what are you doing with my app? And she thought she was in trouble. And she's like, well, I'm using it for my network marketing. And he was like, oh, so it has come into this. And like it was a total accident that somebody tagged me incorrectly just a week ago, just last Tuesday. And I'm like, now I'm intrigued. I want to know what this does. So when you scroll over here, Christina has taken everything that has to do with everybody else's boards about handling objections. And they've got some comments there. So there, she's tagged the person who shared it and the link to their boards. So say I want to join this one. I'm going to click that link. I'm going to put in my email address. Don't start emailing me. Where's my back to my English? Because my fingers know like where the @ sign is.
It messed up your Tiffany.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. All right, I heard your voice. I didn't see your face. All right, so there we go. So now that I have joined that board, when I go back over to the app, it shows up in the app automatically. And actually, I'm logged in. And so down here, when it updates, I might have to log out because I don't know if it will work. I might have already joined that one. So that's why it usually pops up on the bottom, but I probably have already joined that one. So I don't remember what it was called, but it's probably in here somewhere. I don't know if it says coaching. But it just pops up to the bottom. So when you're in, again, go to the boards group and look through.
All right. So there's more to that training. I'm going to post it. It's on the group, the Facebook group, when you join there, and I'll also post it too. So you guys can watch the remaining of it as well too. Once you spend the hour watching it and then playing with it, then it's super easy to maneuver around with. The only thing I would tell you that if you do have an Android, how many of you have Androids? Any of you have Androids? Okay. So the only thing that's going to be different, because she's working from an iPhone, is that the Android, the way that it's set up, if we go to share something in a Facebook group, we can't do it straight from the group. We have to actually like go into, so some marketing imagery, she was talking about having all that set up. It's all set up. It's all there. If I click on for your team, see how there's super fun images there. I'm just going to click one, looks like that. So in an Android, you have to actually go in the app and then click on the little arrow right here to share. And then you can share it on your Facebook newsfeed. But when you click that, it gives you options. Newsfeed, and then you click here, share to newsfeed. I know I want to share in a group. And I click on share a group. And then I can pick whatever group it is that I want to share it in. So that's a little bit different with an Android than the training she did on the iPhone. And that took me a little bit of time today to figure it out. But once you click on the news feed, then you're good to go. Are there any other questions? Lynn, Laura, do you see any other questions on? I know it's a lot to process, but it's exciting to think that we could be so organized and not have to keep downloading things on our phones and our computers all the time, right? It's all going to be at our fingertips.
The one thing I posted, Christy, is make sure that if you're using anybody's documents, anybody's wording, that you change the names to your name. You don't want to say, hey, this is Christy Hendricks. You know, I don't know how to do that myself, but that was something as Tiffany was posting. She was posting somebody else's name. So you want to make sure, I think you might have to create your own board then.
Yeah, you can't edit.
Copy.
Yeah, you can't edit any of the boards that you are shared with, but you can copy the wording. And then like she showed us how to put in wording, then you can edit it to fit your own.
Yeah. Make sure you do that.
Yes. Yes. You don't want your customers, your host going, who's Sally?
Right.
There was a call, I think it's on the page too. There was a call with the lady from boards last week that we were on, that I think that's also posted in there too. They're trying to set up a master one where our consultant number will be inserted into it, so that if we're using marketing imagery, it goes back to us. It'll automatically put that in. They're working on that feature right now. They didn't have it quite ready at the call, but they're trying to update that. So that's really awesome, because now they're not just generic Pampered Chef pictures, but it's like we went into our store, so to speak, and had our numbers connected to it. So that'll be exciting as well.
Yeah. And somebody else asked a question, is it better to start with your own boards or start with what other people have? And I would say, don't reinvent the wheel. Everyone is sharing right now. There are so many amazing documents already created on there. I would say learn the app, use theirs. You know, there's so many options. I don't think we're going to have to worry about the same image being put over and over and over again, because there are so many options on this. So just play with it this week. Just dive right into it and see what you think. You may like it, you may not like it, but it's worth looking at, because it really will help you. Coming back to our summer theme today, right? You can work from anywhere, and laying out by the pool. If you have your phone and this app on it now, you can very quickly do your host coaching. If you're traveling in an RV, whatever it may be, you can do it right from your phone. So I think it's going to help take you guys all to the next step, to keep you more organized, and just knock people's socks off and be like, man, this girl's got it together, right? Or guy, this guy's got it together as well. So I hope that we didn't overwhelm you tonight, but you got a little excited. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then we'll be happy to answer any other questions.